Okay, well, what do you do? If volunteering the support's going to get you in trouble, should you not help at all? No. This is where the idea of invisible support comes into play. This is some work that Niall Bolger at Columbia has really pioneered. The idea is you start finding ways to help people outside of their awareness. You're not shining a spotlight on the fact that you're helping them. You're getting them resources, but you're doing it unbeknownst to them. And so let me give you a couple of examples because there are many ways that this could play out. Some are incredibly simple. Let's say my wife is overwhelmed, chatter for various reasons. I can do things to ease her burden. Let's say it's her day to take care of the groceries. Rather than her doing it, I just volunteer. I go to the grocery store. I pick the kids up. Now, I'm doing those things. I'm not at the end of the day giving my wife a little documented receipt that says, see all the things I did today. I'd like a little pat in the back. I'm just doing them and making her situation a little bit easier as a result. That's one very instrumental way of providing invisible support. Let's say someone in my lab group is struggling with a skill. Let's say it's their presentation skills. Rather than pulling them aside if they haven't asked me for help and saying, hey, I've noticed you've really not been up to par. Here are some things I think you could do to improve your circumstances. Instead of doing that, which might threaten them, I can just organize a lab meeting and say, hey, I want to focus today on resources for improving the way we all present. Here are some things I find helpful. Let's go around. What are things that you find helpful? What I'm doing there is I'm getting this person the information, the resources they need, but I'm not shining a spotlight on their own inadequacies in this regard, right? So that's another way you could help. The final invisible support tool that I'd like to mention is a tricky one to talk about, which will become clear in a moment why I say this. It's tricky because you have to do it in the right context. What I'm talking about is affectionate touch. So to be clear, I'm not endorsing affectionate touch when it is unwanted or in the organizational context. But an affectionate embrace, a hug, a pat on the shoulder, a caress, this is a very powerful tool of providing invisible support. If you think about what is the first tool that we get from others for helping soothe us in our emotional lives, it is actually touch. When babies are born into the world, we put those babies on their mother's chest, skin to skin contact. And we know from lots of research that an affectionate embrace releases a cocktail of stress-fighting chemicals. It also reminds us at the conscious level that there are people there that appreciate us and value us. And so that's another way of supporting someone invisibly. It's putting a hand on someone's shoulder. As cheesy as that may sound, there's a lot of rigorous research that shows that that can be a helpful and invisible tool as well.